Hello everybody, and this is Dom from Upstate Supernatural, and I'd like to welcome everybody in for a brand new episode of Spirit Box Weekly. This is our last week testing the MiniBox, and I'm just trying to open up the window. I want to make sure. Yep, if you look on the right on the opposite side, if you look up in this corner of your screen, you're going to see a little circle. You can click on that circle, and I have a couple different choices for different devices to have us do for our next session of Spirit Box Weekly. So those choices are right there. If you'd like to take a vote and choose which device you guys would like to see showcased on our next series coming up. And the video below that is a 360 view video of the Finger Lakes Mall. It's a promotional video to try to showcase the Finger Lakes Mall for our event coming up in May. So that's right there for everybody. If you haven't checked out the 360 videos on this on this side, there's going to be a circle up there, and you can actually rotate the screen around and see the area. And it's just a little bit of clips of inside the mall, just to kind of give you a teaser of what is in the mall. It's a huge location. But without further ado, I'd like to welcome everybody in here. I see Angela, I see Chris V, I see Paraghoster, Jennifer, Rob, I see you're in here, Doppelganger. Let me see if there's anybody else I'm missing. Judy Wilson, I see, is in here as well. Jennifer. I'd like to thank everybody for being in here and tuning in. And I do have the MiniBox. It's already on. All I got to do is turn the audio up, and we shall be able to hear it. Hello, hello. If there's any individuals or any spirits around that would like to try to communicate, would you like to utilize this device to try to talk with us? And again, this is the MiniBox. This is made by Ghosthunterapps, for those of you that may be interested. You can also go on our channel, and if you click on playlist, you can see all of the tests just specifically with the MiniBox. And then if you're interested in other different devices or different applications, we do have physical boxes, applications that are in the playlist for Spirit Box Weekly. So you can peruse that, and maybe, you know, you might find one that you enjoy. There are free ones that are out there. Hello, hello. Is there anybody that is here with us right now?
Beat decisively through yin gash.
For this box, honestly, I think, you know, I'll go back to my view. I really like some of the things about it, but I'm still having a very tough time differentiating what is possibly spirit communication and what are the repeating words. Even after 4 weeks of us testing this, it's still a difficult thing to decipher. And with some of the other ones that are out there, it's not as hard. But I do like certain attributes with it. I think it's visually it's a beautiful application. And some of the audio peaks are an interesting concept. But it's all about trying to test them and see what you can get out of them. I thought last week we had some pretty good activity. So I'm very curious what's going to happen this week. And Phil, thanks for being in here. And again, everybody, don't forget to check out each other's channels. Check out Phil, check out Paraghost or Chris V, and Angela, Judy. Check out each other's channels. Support one another. Now, any individuals that may be present, a great question I'd really like to ask you guys is how do you like this application? How do you like this device?
Prediver Valley FAQ chart.
Buzzing sound, I believe, is my mic. Yeah, my mic's a little up too loud. Let me try to peak it that way.
Key mix again.
Hello? Yeah, I don't hear as much fuzz. There you go. I'm trying to get that feedback away. Whitney, thanks for being in here. Now, any spirits within communication, we have quite a few people that are curious about this application and how it works. What is something you enjoy talking about? What is a topic you haven't had a chance to talk with many people about that maybe you would like to? And I did rearrange my room a little bit. How do you like it? Is it more comfortable for you? Very cool. Happy to hear that, Whitney. And again, all of the events that we host, we take 50% of the sales from all the tickets, and 50% of it goes back into the mall, just so we can do the event for them, and then the other 50% goes actually to a charity. In the fall last year, we actually donated $1,000 to the Chapel House charity, which is it's a local homeless shelter. So for our events, we as a team, we don't take anything in with the events. We just put all the proceeds towards charity.
Bob, what you said?
And you guys are also welcome. If you guys have any questions you'd like to have asked, feel free to go ahead and type that in the chat, and we'd be happy to try to ask those for you. Okay, there's the peakage. I'm trying to figure out where the peakage is on the mixer that I have down here. Well, visually, this is an outstanding application. I mean, the different videos that are kind of planned, they're very very interesting. And I see a question in the chat as well, Angela. With spirits, are you happy? Are you happy where you are? This is Dominic. We've done a multitude of different sessions, and I just want to acknowledge today is April 14th of 2017, and it is 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. try something per suggestion from our Loving Whispers series that we do on Thursday nights. We were specifically told by the spirits to talk louder. So I'm going to try to talk loud, so bear with me. I'm going to try not to shout too loud so I'm blasting everybody's eardrums. But if there's anybody here, if you'd like to try to communicate, can you hear me better if I talk a little bit louder? Many people are asking, they're curious. Is there time where you are? Do you go through the same cycle that we go through with daytime and nighttime?
The light trend across.
And actually, I do see it as well. Happy Easter to you. Any individuals that we're communicating with, Happy Easter, happy holiday.
Sunday.
Yes, it is on Sunday. And happy Easter coming up to everybody in the chat. You guys have a happy holiday with your families and so forth.
Great morning,
Ed, thanks for being in here. Spirits and individuals that we're communicating with, did you do like a special thing on the holidays, on like Easter? Did you used to do like a special thing during those times?
GAAP here nonsense.
a house left beneath.
And spirits and individuals, I don't think I've said this, and I should, and I think a lot of us should, but thank you for attempting to try to communicate with us. Thank you for taking the time, taking the energy, being patient with us. Being where you are, my apology, if you were trying to communicate. Being where you are has to be frustrating. If people can't see you and people can't hear you all the time, it has to be quite frustrating. And again, for anybody that may have shown up late when we started the show, if you go up to the upper edge on the video, there's going to be a little bubble icon. You can click on that bubble icon and take a vote on the next device that we'll test with the Spirit Box Weekly series. And that was actually my friend came upstairs to drop off my multimeter and my wire clippers. Just wanted to acknowledge what the noise was. He should actually probably be leaving in the next 15 or so minutes. So after he leaves and after I hear his cargo, we may try to do a burst session in the room. But with any of the sessions, whenever you're doing spirit box sessions, whenever you're doing a burst session, whenever you're just trying to communicate, if you have a recorder or you have something that's recording it, always call out normal things. Always try to call out, you know, if your buddy in the corner's chatting away, call that out, because when you go back through your audio, you may think, holy crap, I got something there, and it could have been your buddy. So always try to call out those anomalies that you are aware of, and then the ones that you're not sure of, you know, making an acknowledgement of it. And I'm very interested tonight. I actually picked up a microphone. This is a omnidirectional microphone, and it hooks right up to the Panasonic QR. I always forget this one, the QR80. But it's an omnidirectional microphone, so it'll pick up in a circle. So hopefully with this, we're not going to miss anything. And I found with the Olympus, there is no microphone jack on it. I was hoping. This is by far my favorite one. Yeah, I completely agree, Phil. I can tell you firsthand. I would say for me personally, I'm better with audio analyzing because I've gone through, you know, tons and tons and tons of audio from the investigations we've done, and I can tell you the worst thing anybody can do during an investigation, and it sounds stupid, it sounds random as hell, but don't chew on crunchy food. It is atrociously loud when you're going through audio. It is one of those things you're like, really? Really? It's tough. Very tough. Beautiful. Angela, perfect. And then actually I just heard his car. That's his car leaving, so. And I'm gonna try to do something real quick. Give me 1 second. This is our last week testing this, and go like that. All right, let us turn that down.
Incorporeal below 10.
And let's go right here. Let's bring this screen back up. And let's go like that. And now we can visually we can see this. All right. What I did was I turned off that ambient sound that we had in the background, that, you know, pulsing sound. I turned that off. We've actually had that on every time. So I turned that off just since it is the last week testing this. And Pumpkinhead Paranormal, everybody don't forget to go ahead and check out his channel as well. He does some fantastic ITC. Thanks for being in here, Bill. And yeah, I think let's go ahead and turn this down just for a second.
Beware of self.
So spirits, we're going to try to communicate with you. I have a voice recorder right here. And yes, it looks a little weird, but this is the Panasonic RRQR80, and it's you know, it's after the ones that were made that everybody swears is the greatest recorders out there, but they're broken. So I don't know if they actually are. I'm very curious with this. We got an omnidirectional mic on here. It should pick up in a circular pattern, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. If there's any individuals that would like to try to communicate with us, please feel free to try to talk with us. That's a noise of me taking off my headset. Now this microphone, if you're trying to communicate, you should be able to be standing anywhere around, and it should record your voice. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? And I'm going to turn this off. All right. I may have to scrap that audio. Because I heard somebody talking outside. We'll go ahead and play it. And if we hear anything that's like a wisping sound, that may be a little bit better to, this will be a good test. This will be a great test to figure out some anomalies. So definitely be a good test to figure out some anomalies. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. And this audio could be loud, so I'm going to put up an advisory. If you're wearing headphones, this may be loud. So just to let you know, I don't want you to blast your eardrums. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. So just give me 1 second. And again, turn your headphones down to a comfortable level and turn them up as you see fit.
If there's any individuals that would like to try to communicate with us, please feel free to try to talk with us. That's annoys me taking off my headset. Now this microphone, if you're trying to communicate, you should be able to be standing anywhere around, and it should record your voice.
Wait a minute.
How are you doing?
What was that?
How are you doing? Are you doing okay?
Oh.
Hello. If there's any individuals that would like to try to communicate with us, please feel free to try to talk with us.
I believe I heard something before that. Let's just go and play from the start.
That annoys me taking off my headset. Now this microphone, if you're trying to communicate, you should be able to be standing anywhere around, and it should record your voice.
Something right there.
If there's any individuals that would like to try to communicate with us, please feel free to try to talk with us.
I'm making sure it's right.
Hello.
Yep.
If there's any individuals that would like to try to communicate with us, please feel free to try to talk with us.
Oh, it's good to see everybody in here.
That's a noise of me taking off my headset. Now this microphone, if you're trying to communicate, you should be able to be standing anywhere around, and it should record your voice. How are you doing? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, something right there. Yes, I'm doing okay.
If there's any individuals that would like to try to communicate with us, please feel my headset. Now this microphone, if you're trying to communicate, you should be able to be standing anywhere around, and it should record your voice.
Joan, that's fine. Things come up, you know.
How are you doing? Are you doing okay?
Right there. I mean, I hear that. That's clear.
Your phone, if you're trying to communicate, you should be able to...
Okay, it's at about a minute.
How are you doing? Are you doing okay? And I'm going to turn this on.
Okay, so that was it for that burst session. I didn't realize I did it for such a short time. Spirits, I was able to hear you, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. You know, a lot of us are still curious. Everybody, how did you feel about that microphone? Did that kind of make a difference while we were doing a burst session? I mean, we haven't used this recorder too often, but I kind of thought it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't horrible. The clarity was decent. Yeah, very interesting. And I gotta say, it's not sensitive enough, which is good. That's a good thing, because I did hear somebody outside. I heard, I have a friend that, my friend that I live with, his nephew, does a race car, and they had a buddy come over to do some welding, and I heard the buddy that was doing the welding, leaving, and I heard him talking outside. And I didn't hear it on this, which, honestly, I'm kind of happy with that. That tells me that this recorder is only recording, which, you know, for some may say, oh, that's not good. You're only recording in like a 5-foot radius. But, you know, that kind of helps pinpoint where your communication's coming from. And I know, you know, with the other recorders that I've done, one trick... And it was per suggestion of a friend of mine that was a skeptic, was, hey, do you know how far your voice recorder records? How many of us as investigators actually sit there, put the recorder out, and try to see the distance in which it records? Not many of us. And him saying that kind of pushed me to think about doing that. So, you know, now I know the distance in which my main recorders actually do record. They record in about a 20 foot radius, 20 to 25 foot radius. And these ones, these Olympus ones, they record in probably about, I'd say, 6 to 8 foot radius, and this one apparently does about 5 feet, which is cool. You know, that means they're within a 5 foot radius of where I am. And spirits, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the MiniBox, and I'd like to see if you'd like to try to communicate. What I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to mute. Actually, I'm not going to mute myself, but I am going to leave you alone. That if you would like to try to communicate, maybe me being in the room is an aspect. This is kind of one of the trials that I try to do with all the different spirit boxes. So let me go ahead and turn the device back on, which should be this one right here. Hello, hello. I mean, that should be... We should have audio coming.
A blackness saint following.
Okay. It's not the same volume. Okay. You want me to turn that thing back on? You want me to go ahead and turn that that buzzity buzz?
Get me red.
Joan, yes. I've seen none other than Paraghoster. I've seen him do it, and I give him Jason. This is probably a couple of years ago, but he did a stream in which he manually rotated the sweep on the radio. And to have the patience that he did to do that is unbelievable. But it is possible. A lot of us that do the spirit communication, we try to focus with more of the digital style radios because you can manipulate the sweep of them. But what Jason did was by far impressive. You know, to patiently sit there and do the sweep as he did. And I'm trying to get it so there we go. Alright. And now you should be able to see the device. That audio should be there, that little there we go. So yeah, I'd like to give a huge shout out for Jason on that one. That was impressive. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn a grid light on in the room, so you're not gonna be able to see basically anything in the room but grid light. So if I can do this correctly, let's actually set her up here. Okay. That one's not liking me tonight. We're gonna go with that. And we're gonna go ahead and turn off the infrared light. And there you are. Any spirits within communication, if you'd like to try to communicate, I'm gonna leave you alone in this room. And if you'd like to try to say anything, feel free to do that. For everybody else, I will be in the chat, so I'll be able to see if you guys had any questions you'd like me to ask. That's me walking out of the room.
Dip your way.
The people slept inside.
Seth Papa.
Yell
Go ahead
or
and turn
red.
off the grid pen. I'm gonna turn that off right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me and you're not like, oh my god. Alright. And there's the IR light back on. It's very strange. I'm wondering maybe that bulb is going dead. Because now the video is... Let me turn that off, turn it back on. Yeah, I may need to change that bulb that I have in there. But a quick little thing, if you're ever trying to do quick IR light, is use a black light. Usually, and it'll extend your IR light for you. So, you know, for those of you out in the field investigating, just grab a clamp light, throw a black light in it, and it'll give you, you know, a little more IR light. So, kind of helps out. It's pretty cool. It's cheap. It's like 10 bucks. You know, 5 bucks for the bulb, maybe 5 bucks for the clamp light. It's a very simple, quick thing you can do. Spirits, I'd like to thank you for any form of communication you may have had while I was out of the room. Do you feel okay? Are you sad or
Amen prove beyond.
A left go between.
The cool chop plunder.
I'm going to go ahead and switch right back to the app a little bit.
Tickiness.
Interesting enough, I do have the Kinect, and we tried utilizing it a couple of years ago, and it was it's useful, but it was a struggle to utilize it. I found a better way to utilize it. So what I'm going to end up doing actually is we're going to have a private investigation that we're going to be doing with the Finger Lake Small over the summer, and we're going to instigate the Connect with that. I may actually even have it for our event in May set up so people can view it, but we're really going to focus with the individuals that would like to investigate the mall to try to help them, you know, if it's their first time, things like that. But we have our Connect, which that does the stick figure thing, and we also have a thermal camera, which after almost 2 years, I finally was able to find a 10-inch screen that it'll connect to. So I'm very happy about that. We'll be able to utilize that instead of having to try to utilize my phone.
Jetpack down.
And a great question coming through is, Whitney, are you with your members of your family? Are you around your family? How many individuals are currently with us right now? spirits, we're gonna be switching over.
In blackness you're wasted.
We're gonna go ahead and switch over and do a burst session real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the recorder. I'm gonna turn that down. Let's go ahead and do a burst session. Hello, hello. We were able to hear you a little bit earlier. I'm glad that you're doing okay. Out of curiosity, how often do you get to see your family? Are your other loved ones with you? Are your pets? Hopefully your children. It all depends on how old you are. Are your children with you if you're an older individual? How often do you like individuals to try to communicate with you? And is voice recorders and burst sessions the best method? How old are you? Where you are, is there like a natural transition? Is there a day? Is there a night? Do you sleep? What is the last year that you remember? And whereabouts are you from? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, and I'm going to put up the advisory again for you guys. This could be loud, so if you're wearing headphones, you're going to want to turn them down to a comfortable level, and then you're going to want to turn them back up to wherever it's comfortable for you to hear. I am going to fluctuate the audio a little bit. So like when I'm asking a question, I'm probably going to turn it down just a tad, just so it's not blaring at everybody's ears. Let's go ahead and turn this on. And it would be helpful if I turn the audio up. Okay. There we go. Okay.
A little bit earlier. I'm glad that you're doing okay. Out of curiosity, how often do you get to see your family? Hello, hello. We were able to hear you a little bit earlier. I'm glad that you're doing okay. Out curiosity, how often do you get to see your family? Are your other loved ones with you? Are your pets? Hopefully your children. It all depends on how old you are. Are your children with you if you're an older individual? How often do you like individuals to try to communicate with you? And is voice recorders and burst sessions the best method? How old are you? Where you are? Hello, hello. We were able to hear you a little. Out of curiosity, are your other loved ones with you? Are your pets? Hopefully your children. It all depends on how old you are. Are your children with you if you're an older individual? How often do you like individuals to try to communicate with you? And is voice recorders and burst sessions the best method? How old are you?
Years old.
Where you are, is there like a natural transition? Is there a day? Is there a night? Do you sleep? What is the last year that you remember?
Holy shit, that was...
And whereabouts are you from? What is the last year that you remember? And whereabouts are you from?
Far back.
What is the last year? And whereabouts are you from?
heard New York in there.
Is there a day? Is there a night? What is the last year that you remember? And whereabouts are you from?
Cuba, New York, that's what I heard.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Still, today was the first day with that new microphone, so I wanted to test it out and so forth. I'm still curious if this is recording as good as the normal microphone inside of it. So there's going to be a little more tests that I'm going to need to do with it. But I definitely heard some results out of those questions. I thought I heard 19 or 1841. And I also believe it said something New York. So back, when we're going through the audio with this, we'll be able to figure out what was actually said. But again, for those of you interested, this has been Spirit Box Weekly with a MiniBox. Ghosthunterapps MiniBox. This is our last week testing it. And if you're interested in next week's series of Spirit Box Weekly, please go ahead and take a vote on the next device that you would like to see us showcase. And there's a little bubble up in the corner over there. You can click and there's a poll. You go ahead and vote on that, and I'll be able to see that. And then the video underneath that is that 360 video. It's kind of like a little promo thing to showcase the Finger Lakes Mall for our upcoming investigation, which you get to see in a 360 view. If you've never done the 360 videos on YouTube, there's a little circle icon on this side that you basically just click the arrow on it and it'll spin it around for you. And I do apologize with the video. The 360 camera I have, I don't have it in front of me, but basically to explain it to you, if I use this microphone, the camera's on the top right here, and it has a fisheye on it, and that fisheye will record in a flat plane across, and then it becomes like a dome, so it records that way, but it doesn't record underneath. I have since already picked up another 360 camera which does bottom and top, so in the future, I think when we're going to try to instigate our 360 cameras for investigating, I'm going to try to modify the first one that I got into full spectrum so we can utilize that. And who knows what will happen. How many times have you investigated and you're like, did that just happen behind me? Now we'll know. It'll definitely be an interesting concept for while we're investigating. But again, please go ahead and take a vote on there. Don't forget to check out each other's channels, support one another. And we will catch you next week. Hopefully you put in a vote. And if you are not current with a lot of the stuff that we're doing, there is a link in the description which will take you to an event page so that you can click on that. And basically it'll give you a notification every time we're doing Spirit Box Weekly. And I have it for each of the series, so you can click on that event page and it'll let you know when the next episode's coming up. I'm looking forward to end of April. We have Interview the Ghost Hunter, new episode coming. And we also have another one coming in May. And we're shooting for trying to do that hopefully every other week. Trying to find more investigators and get people involved with that. So we can get the real, raw stories of the people out in the field. As much as the TV shows, definitely have gotten people to be interested in the paranormal, they fluff some of the stuff, and that's not good. And you can always watch with our channel, with Upstate Supernatural, and really with Paraghoster. He doesn't do stuff either. But it's raw, it's real. There's no fabricating. What you see is what you get. Sometimes there's nothing, and sometimes there's stuff that will blow your mind. And I look forward to sharing both experiences with everybody. You know, that's something that goes along with it. But everybody have a beautiful night. Have a happy holiday on Sunday. Happy Easter to everybody. And enjoy your time with your family. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And hope to see you next time. Please, again, let me know which device you'd like to see. There is going to be more Spirit Box applications coming out. Ghosthunterapps is promoing the SCD-2. We'll be doing that one, I'm sure, when that comes out. Extreme Senses has 2 applications he's promoting as well, so there's that. I do have to contact Brian Holloway. I'd like to try to test out the Geminis, the one that he has out there. But again, everybody have a beautiful night, and we will catch you later. Don't forget to check the other content we have on there. You can check out some of our investigation footage from some of our private investigations and so forth. That's at the bottom of our channel. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't believe so. But yeah, thank you again, everybody, and have a beautiful night. Enjoy the rest of your evening.